So hey guys, I was just going through like z.net and I found this. Basically, it seems like an alternative to Microsoft Office, which there's a bunch of them. One that come to mind for me at least is LibreOffice, which people seem to love. I've used it before. It's pretty good, pretty solid, just off of the fact that it's free. No subscriptions, no license needed. You just download and use. So yes, especially for people who use Linux, this is a must-have. I've used it before. It's pretty great. Has a bunch of features, gets updated constantly. So I was reading through and then I found this one. So I'll just read real quick. Not enough people are talking about this free Microsoft Office alternative with minimal AI. I guess the selling point is that it just doesn't have AI features. It's a plus for some people. If you're eyeing a new Office suite that is locally installed and fully featured, Collabora runs on Linux, macOS, Windows. Yeah, so I went ahead and checked out their website and I see that they actually have more support than I would think. So they have like support for the Chromebooks, they have try code development edition free. So they have a code development, so kind of like in an IDE of sorts. They have Collabora Office Classic. They have Collabora Office, Collabora Online on your desktop. So they have, this is the downloadable version, then there's Collabora Online. And the pricing, which is the most interesting thing. So it's free. Development edition, Collabora Online Development Edition for home testing and startups. I guess like for individual, like individuals, it's free. And then online for business is $3 per month per user, which is per month per user. Yeah, up to 99 users. Which is pretty cool. For like, I can see this being used as an alternative for small companies. Then Collabora Online Enterprise. This is like this, I guess this a lot more expensive. Yeah, but it's a good thing to see that it's free. And then I went ahead and I was able to find their GitHub for the online Collabora Online, and they seem like they have like an Android browser edition. They have like I guess this they have desktop versions for sure, Docker images, and then Debian for them, because they do support Linux as well and the iOS. And yeah, so for me, I will always champion open source software. Source code following is subject to the terms of Mozilla public licenses. It has a MPL, which is okay. So that means like that means it's a open source to some extent. Of course, you have to read the MPL specifications before you do anything with this. But like for people like me who just loves to go in, then explore the code, look around, see some patterns they use for certain things, especially because it's very hard to get yourself to get your hands on some good CPP, C++ code for learning purposes. For me, I always find it interesting when a company is writing software in C++ or some other language I'm not too familiar with, like Rust or Zig, and then I can go to the repo and then actually run the code, see how the code is going. Like I can't tell you how much like a Z browser, GitHub. I can tell you how much I was just able to learn just by looking at this particular repository, which is the Z repository. Z, if you don't know, Z is it's an IDE written in Rust, which is a very good, fast, snappy, and it has a bunch of features like collaboration, And yeah, it's very cool. If you haven't checked it out, please do check it out. It's very good. I would say it's better than VS Code for me. That will be for you to say for yourself after you actually try it out. But I'm a big fan of Zed. It's the only it's the only IDE I use past NeoVim. After NeoVim comes Zed, and then after Zed I can go to VS Code or JetBrains. But I haven't used JetBrains in a long time. It's been a while. I started using JetBrains, and what was the second one I used? JetBrains, and then no, not Atom. Yes, I used Atom. JetBrains and then Atom. Don't know if it counts as an IDE. It's an editor. Used Atom. I think it's no longer supported. I think, yeah. Atom repository and Atom will be archived in December. Yeah, I used this. It was good while it lasted. I hope somebody will just pick this up and then make it better. But yeah, we shall see. Yeah, so I just like going to open source repositories and then just go through the code and just read it. It always helps me learn. I always come up with something new just by looking into one file, just noticing the patterns that the person who coded the thing used. So it's always super for me. So I'll always be championing anybody who builds in the open like this, even if it's not like a fully open source, you can do whatever you want kind of thing. So as long as I'm able to see the code, I'm happy with it. And if other people can view the code also and then modify it, even better, because then we have better versions spawning here and there, kind of like the thing we have with Linux. So yeah, and the UI from the screenshots I've seen, it kind of looks like Office, and I mean, like they're just like a kind of like Word, MS Word, or like Google Docs. I like Google Docs. It was kind of one of those things that kind of moved me away from MS Word. So now I use Google Docs for most of the time, but like just like everybody else, I just don't trust Google. So for I just make sure that whatever I put in Google Docs, I make sure that it's not something sensitive. If it's sensitive, just use something locally, which would be good use for something like this. If you use the local version, or you just use like a simple thing like text edit, or like the Notes app, which is by Apple. I trust Apple more than I trust Google, but that's a separate conversation. So yeah, I think this is a good thing overall for like open source software development, and I'm for it. The more we have of these, the more we get to have more things to learn from, and also things that could be built upon depending on the licenses. And yeah, the more competition we have, and the better the open source software ecosystem gets. So I'm all for it, and I haven't used it personally myself. Probably won't, because TextEdit is enough for me for what I do today, and also Google Docs. But if you're someone who wants to keep your privacy, wants to remove all those AI tools directly in your editor, so it could be interesting for you. Plus, it has like an IDE, something similar to an IDE, which is like the development edition. I think that's also interesting. I think it's this code, maybe not the development. It's called Code, Collabora Code, Online Development Edition. It's the same, Online Development Edition. I don't know how different it is from the regular one. Maybe it has like it has sandbox environment for testing, development, access to cutting edge features. Okay, that's what they mean. It's not like an IDE. It's more of like a better version. It's kind of like has the new features built in, so like a development edition, kind of like a beta edition, I would say. So yeah, have you checked this out? Do you know of it? Did you know of it before I mentioned it, or before I just share it? Yeah, let me know in the comments below. Do you use any of these free open source word editing, text editing software, Microsoft Word-esque software, like a LibreOffice or whatever. Do you use any of these? And yeah, how do you like it? How do you think they're compared to the paid ones? And also, like, is it something you champion? You know, my take on it is that the more we have, the better. And also the fact that I can see the code even better. I get to use it for my own learning purposes. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope it's something you get to at least check out, or at least keep it in the list of things to check out if you ever need something free you could use for this purpose. And I hope you learned something new from this little video. Again, if you got any form of value, make sure you like, you subscribe. I hate to say this all the time, but like, hey, it does help out the channel. Yeah, let's get growing this. And yeah, I hope you had something of value from this video. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a blessed one, and I'll catch you next time.